Alrighty then, greetings everybody, welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. And before we get into the video, two things. Number one, I got a yawn. Sorry. And number two, I'm still doing my giveaway, right? The giveaway will be available for 2 more days, if I recall correctly. Whatever fate comes out is when the giveaway ends. So again, if you want to join the giveaway, it's very easy, very simple. Just join the Discord, react to a message that the bot made, and that's it, right? You're automatically in it. I do want to emphasize, and I like saying this, you don't have to be a certain level in the Discord. You can just join, react, and call it a day, right? Just wait till the giveaway goes on, right? And number two, you don't have to be subscribed, you don't have to comment, you don't have to like. Those will not increase your chances of, you know, winning the giveaway, right? I'm doing it how like we got your players like it, straight up RNG. That thing is guaranteed. Right? But yeah, so for today's video, as you probably saw in the title, I want to talk about my confusion with Remembrance Path, right? Because I don't know, I mean, I've been dwelling this more recently than any time else, because it's just weird to me, right? Like it's a shower thought. This is more of a shower thought video, because I had this thought while I was taking a shower, right? So this is quite literally a shower thought, and I just told myself, why the fuck isn't Jingyuan, Linksha, and Topaz a Remembrance character? They do what Remembrance characters do, right? And it's just weird, especially with the release of Hyacinth, where Hyacinth is a literal copycat of Linksha, just better, right? And I don't know, like, what the hell is the whole point of Remembrance characters? It's very similar to Nihility, right? And let me show you what I mean right here. So the description is, possesses the ability to summon a memo sprite with a special abilities to fight alongside the team in battle. Very similar to Nihility, where it just applies debuffs to enemies to reduce their combat capabilities, right? And the reason why I brought Nihility is because when Acheron first came along, she was a crit DPS, right? And it was kind of weird because her Crimson Knock stacks doesn't necessarily reduce their combat abilities. I mean, I guess it does because it kills them, so they're gone, but it's not like Cipher, JQ, or wherever Silverwolf is, and etc, and like Pella and all of that, right? It's just not, right? And now we have it again with Remembrance, and Hyacinth is a Remembrance character that acts as an abundance. If this is the case, what's the point of abundance, right, as a path? Same thing with Remembrance Trailblazer. He's free, so he can get like a little slap on the wrist, just a tiny bit, but this doesn't mean that they won't do this in the future. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they release a Remembrance Harmony character, right? It doesn't make sense. This guy acts as a Harmony character, right? He's really fucking good. And I mean, we're getting a Harmony character in like 40 days, I believe. My math could be wrong. I forget her name. I completely forgot her name, but the one that was drip marketed. And just seeing that is what really like set this topic on my head, because I was like, huh, what's the whole point of having that? She could have just been called Remembrance, you know, and just slap on a memo sprite. And it's not like they don't have the budget to do that. Hoyoverse has the budget. In fact, they probably put 5% in what they make into the game again for the characters, right? But it's just weird, you know. We have an Abundance Remembrance, a Harmony Remembrance, and a DPS Remembrance, 2 of them, right? And I don't know, I mean, Casterize kind of acts like a destruction unit to a degree, deals outstanding amounts of damage, and possesses great survivability suitable for various combat scenarios, right? I don't know if there was, I don't think so, no. I probably heard this somewhere else, but whatever. She kind of acts like a destruction character. She heals your team, she gives team buffs, and most importantly, she has a global passive, right? Which is arguably the craziest thing ever, right? Is this the global passive? I don't know if this is the global passive, but whatever, right? I don't know, she kind of acts like, and the only reason why I'm saying that, it's just, I'm gonna be honest, it's just to fit her in a category, right? Other than just remembrance and I mean, and ugly is whatever, right? But I don't know, like it's just weird because let's say in the future they release more paths, like Elation, I believe that's it's named. Like we haven't gone a lot of paths, right? There's just a lot more paths that we haven't had in the game, and what if they just release those paths and they kind of just half-ass it like they did with Remembrance, right? And I feel like the issue with Remembrance is that it was just doomed from the start. The closest character that we got to Remembrance was, in my opinion, Casterized. And to be more specific, it's what her gameplay is, right? Not her kit or anything, just her gameplay, right? Where, excuse me, I just burped. You could take turns with the dragon. You could summon the dragon. You could bump up the dragon's turn. You could do realistically anything with the dragon, and you can choose if the dragon uses a skill or a basic attack. You can choose who the dragon targets, etc., etc. You can choose when the dragon uses his ultimate or final ability, right? And I mean, that's what I thought Remembrance characters were going to be about, right? Like, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but Ugly and her guardment, I don't know if it's called the guardment, right? Whatever, just the memo sprite, you don't control that. It acts like Jing Yuan's little lightning lord and Topaz's Numby, right? It's the same thing, right? And same with Hyacinth, where you can't control this guy at all. Well, I mean, you could control him by using her ultimate and skill, but that's it, right? And then with Trailblazer, you could technically have a turn with Mim. I forgot. It's I don't recall, right? But it's just like a one-time thing, and it's like you have to fill up ult gauge, which I mean, it kind of still functions as it's supposed to. Again, like you can really give Trailblazer a slap on the wrist because they're free. You get the E6 for free, you know, you get everything for free, so it's whatever, right? And you know, honestly, for a free unit, they're still meta as balls, which is incredible, right? But it's just weird because let's say Elation comes out and their whole gimmick is that they could also summon characters. Okay, that's very unrealistic, but what if it's something that's already in the game and it's not special, right? Like what if it's something similar to like Acheron's ult where you gotta fill in a gauge, or like a domain or something, right? Like we already have phainon that can just put himself in a domain. What if it's something like that, but now every character has that? You see what I mean? On how like it's not gonna feel special, right? The Remembrance characters, they don't feel special. It just feels like you're just fitting slots in this game, right? Like, oh, let's add more paths and let's just like this path would have felt special in my opinion if Jing Yuan, Lingsha, and Topaz didn't exist, or their summoning part of their kit wasn't like how it is. Maybe it just activates with their ult and that's it, right? But I mean, you know, it's already in the game and it's just weird to me. Like honestly, I'm just weirded out. I don't really like know what to say because mark my words, they're probably gonna release a Remembrance Harmony character, and then when God comes through, Harmony, like these paths, they just don't make sense, you know. Very similar to Nihility, where Nihility is basically like, as long as they could heal, I mean, as long as they apply a debuff, they can do whatever, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but before a certain Nihility character was released, I'm not gonna name drop them, they were able to heal in their kit, which suited their kit. Then Hoyo removed that, right? And again, correct me if I'm wrong here, right? I could be just speaking out of my ass. Maybe I was given false information, but that doesn't sound like something an Nihility character should be able to do, right? Now, again, if I'm wrong and that was just fake leaks, fake news, right, and fake gameplay, then whatever, I am wrong, right? And you know, I'll admit when I'm wrong, right? Like if I just saw just fake stuff, you know, it happens, you know. I'm not really on the internet as much as you guys would actually, you know, believe me to be, right? You'd be surprised. But no, yeah, it's just weird, right? Because what is the future of the other paths? What is the future of remembrance? Because remembrance, it just doesn't have an identity. It doesn't, right? I'm gonna be honest, I thought remembrance was gonna be like something with more ice, similar to the remembrance, like the remembrance blessings and all that in Simulated Universe, where they like freeze their enemies, right? But I mean, I guess that also belongs to just ice combat type as a whole, right? But whatever, right? That's not really important to this video. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick ranting video. Obviously this video is going to be poorly edited. I do want to apologize. Realistically speaking, I just wanted an excuse to upload a video today to also promote the giveaway. But don't, you know, like, I also didn't want to talk about my concerns and how I'm very lost of the Remembrance character. So that's my kid crying in the background. So I think it's time to become a dad again. Horrible. It was a literal mistake. So with all that being said, as per usual, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, again, just thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, right? Let me know if I was cooking or if I'm just fucking retarded, right? Which I've known to be pretty stupid with how I play the game, and honestly, it's a lot of things, right? So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you can, and see ya in the next video. Peace out.